Oh, y'all doing recreation or y'all doing? Oh, this is recreation. I ain't in recreation.
We'd like to call to order the December 8th recreation meeting.
Wish I'd known about
All councilmen are present except Councilman Dempsey Lambert. We have the invocation and pledge of allegiance by Mr. Dawson.
Let us pray. Father, as we come tonight again, we give you praise and glory for all the blessings that you bestowed upon us. We thank you for the opportunity to serve the people of Ascension. We ask for your wisdom and guidance. And during this holiday season, oh God, we express the joy of Christmas and all the love and gifts that's shared, but we especially ask that you just look upon, oh God, a couple of our employees in Ascension Parish. Gene Wheatek lost his wife, oh God, and we ask that you minister to that family. And Amanda Barak lost her brother. So we ask that during this special joy season, we know that they're going to feel and experience the loss, and we ask that you touch their hearts and minister unto them. We ask all these blessings in Jesus' name. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to remind the public, if anybody wants to speak, they need to fill out a public comment card. We go to agenda item number 4, the Lamar Dixon gym renovations. We have a presentation.
Well, good evening, everybody. My name is Jimmy Papia. I'm an architect with Meyer Engineers. We were asked by the Recreation Department to look at some ways that we could add an addition to the Lamar Dixon Gymnasium. We came up with a few schemes, and we had presented them to the committee a couple of months ago. And we selected this one. I don't know if we could get this up on the screen, but this one was selected. It is the most cost efficient, and you can see this is the existing gym right here, and then we added. We're going to add a 8,000 square foot addition to the existing gym. The idea is to share as much of the existing space as possible with the new expansion. We're going to do that by sharing the concession stands and sharing the bathrooms, so we do not have to build new bathrooms and new concession stands into this facility. We will need a new mechanical room, new electrical room, and we added some storage into the space. This is the design that we came up with, and we estimated the cost for this to be approximately $1.8 million. Are there any questions?
I have one.
Yes, sir.
You say it came to the Recreation Department. Tommy, could you answer that one for me? I haven't. This is the first I've heard of. I know I missed the meeting when they give us the presentation on the plan.
A couple months ago.
Okay, Mr. Gorney. But did it go to the department? Did it go to the Recreation Department? Is where this? Who got him? I guess to put
They
this
made the
plan
presentation and they made a motion to take it on advisement.
Oh, okay.
And then we had a meeting called last month, I think, and we didn't have enough members show up. And they called this meeting.
I'm just a little bit, last year we put 1.8 million in soccer fields, and we're looking for another 1.8 million right here. I think we need a little room. We have a lot of upgrades, and we have 20-something parks in our parish now that needs some attention and upgrades. We tried to pass a tax a few years ago last year or so, on recreation, and a lot of the councilmen up here really blasted our parks, said they were embarrassed to go to our parks because they were so in deplorable shape. And here we are, going to sink we do have a little bit extra money that we can upgrade these parks and get them up to par. And would like to see that happen, and maybe even try to find grant money, get Miss Martha on some grant money. But another 1.8 million this year. We have one that's 4 million just in a 2-year period. I'm all for recreation, and I'm all for, kids having a place to play, but, we got to live within our means also.
Yes, sir, I understand.
Yeah, and everyone know I'm a big fan of recreation, so even though when everybody was against Lamar and Dixon, I never had a problem with it because the future was there for recreation. And Mr. Lambert is correct on he's saying our parks, look bad, but we have strived and made some big changes in our park. I know on the west side, we have put new playground equipment in it, and we did it all within the budget, and it wasn't easy, but we did it. Lamar Dixon, we currently have, 8 soccer fields. We plan on putting baseball fields out there. Well, the plans always say we was going to put baseball fields, so I'm pretty sure one day we might put it. So, we have baseball field all over the parish. Little bitty baseball field, grown-up baseball field. And we don't have basketball or volleyball facilities for the parish. And I know that was a big thing when we had for our recreation tax. When it came to volleyball, indoor facility to hold them. And the room was packed when it came to volleyball and basketball. And, $1.8 million, yes. We have funds there, and I know we want to do a lot of other things, but I think we need to knock this on the side and get it out the way, and we be conservative in the future. But right now, this gym is needed, this facility is needed, at Lamar Dixon for volleyball and basketball. And I'm in favor of it. So I make a motion and move forward.
We got a motion on the floor by Councilman Joseph. All right, Garner, can you come up and have a question? As far as the soccer fields that were built last year, how much was spent from the
Do
recreation?
what, sir?
The soccer fields from last year, how much was spent from the recreation department?
1.8.
And that's including the lights as well?
The lights.
Now, the
and-
lights didn't come from the recreation budget,
I don't
correct?
know.
No,
all I
it
know is
did. No, it did. I'm telling you it did.
the construction
It
of
came from the lighting district. So how
we
much were
put
the lights?
$1.8 million into the project.
How much came for the lighting district?
Do what?
How much came from the lighting district?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
So you don't know what's the breakout between the recreation department and lighting district? Okay, so the recreation department spent.
Yeah.
So the recreation department spent about 1.2 on the soccer fields then? Would that be correct? So not 1.8.
Sir?
So not 1.8, 1.2?
1.3. 1.3. And it was a $270,000 grant also, I believe, in it.
Do you know what the fund balance is right now in recreation? 3.2.
And if the 1.8 is allotted for the gym, how would it affect the recreation department?
Well, whatever from 1.8 from whatever we got.
I mean,
That's
would
what
it
we
stop
have
you from doing any existing
what?
projects that you have on tap?
We built that fund balance up by the President Martinez and the council members helping us out with different 25% of this and everything else and all. And we ended up with $5-point-something million. How y'all spend it, that's y'all's decision. Y'all make the decision, and we'll do what y'all tell us to do.
Okay. But my question was, it wouldn't really prevent the recreation department from doing anything that has planned in the near future if the 1.8 is spent on.
Well, one thing, we just opened the spray park in Downsville, and we're looking at building at least 1 or 2 more.
Mm-hmm.
Those are more successful than anything we have. One at Oak Grove approved it, and the one at Downsville approved the same thing.
How much are there, Mr. Gorney?
About $300,000 or $400,000, and that's an estimate. I'm not sure.
And so this would leave us with 1.4 million. That's it, sitting in that fund balance.
I've talked to a couple of councilmen, and I know they're interested in them, Santa Mo area. Mr. Randy had kind of mentioned something, but We got a big park over there and got room to put one. Also in Dutchtown too, I believe. So there's a lot of things out there. That $3 million sounds like a lot of money, but it can go pretty quick.
Yeah,
And
it's
these
got-
these splash parks are fine, but the maintenance on them is pretty heavy. You know, the water bill, we don't have
Well,
recirculation water, so
If we start going with the water purification or whatever, you know, we can do it without having a water bill, you know.
yeah. But right now our water bills
Yeah.
are pretty steep.
Pretty steep, 3,000 a month.
Because we just going to the drains with them.
Sure.
I think
Whatever
we got-
y'all's wishes
I
are.
believe our largest water bill at Oak Grove was what, around 3,000, 4,000 a
Yeah,
month?
well, it was
During its prime
like
time?
5,000 when we first started. Then we cut down the floor of the water. It went down to about 2,500 to 3,500,
Yeah.
depends. They're not cheap to operate.
Right, so that's a
But
maintenance issue.
Like I said, it's one of the most successful things.
But it
we've
is,
done.
yes, and the people and the kids are enjoying
Right.
it.
Try and answer your question. Basically, we take 10% of the 1 cent sales tax. That's basically what goes to recreation at this time. Our operating budget's about 2.2 million a year, and that's about what we take in, a little bit more than that, probably. So that's the way the fund balance rose. We were putting in 25% of the excess sales tax, the 1 cent sales tax, and 25 went to sewer and 50% to roads. And
That's changed.
so
now,
that's basically how the fund balance grew from what it was to where it's at.
right? And so some of these, we have some things we're trying to do with upgrading the lights in some of the parks and some of those things as
Yes,
well. So
that's already been
all
funded.
of it. So there's no more need to come for that.
Like I say, I'm all for improving Lamar Dixon, but, you know, we're waiting on another outlet, and that's coming. That's gonna help a bunch, you know. We got some time to get that out the way, because it's hard to get all them kids out there, and we have an issue out there, and we can't get them one way in, one way out right now, so. Eventually, it's gonna be, and we can grow it, you know, but we can't do it all at one time. Let's gradually, like I said, live within our means, just like we do at our home.
Well, just a comment off what Councilman Lambert is saying. If we're going to live within our means, if the money's there, the money has grown. The money is not there just to sit there and not be used. And if the community has spoken and people do want the gym to be modified or updated, I don't think there should be a problem with getting that gym done. You know, every time somebody has a problem with a baseball field, it's fixed. They find money to put lights at the baseball field or whatever's going wrong at the baseball field. They wanted soccer fields. The soccer fields got done. They got 8 soccer fields done. They needed lights. The lights got put up. But it seems to be when it comes to basketball or volleyball, there's always a problem when it comes to trying to find the funds to do that. And you know the funds are there, but you're saying let's be frugal, but you have the funds there to pay for it, and it's going to have a balance left over after it's paid for.
That's the decision y'all have to make.
And currently, right now, the parish has a AYBA, correct? Basketball system, and they're using local schools for gyms.
Correct.
Right.
And this would help.
And the Lamar Dixon gym.
And that one floor. But if they had 3 floors, they would at least take away some of the gyms they have to use that's at the discretion of the school board, correct? And are they paying the school board to use those gyms?
I don't think so.
So they're using the gyms
The
for
school board and the parish works good together, using different facilities, you know,
So the school board is not charging to use any of their facilities?
not as I know of.
I think we had a comment. Councilman Kluwat.
Thank you, Travis. With Myers, what you're looking at is basically adding onto the building one gym, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Is there renovations inside the gym?
Yes, they're going to transform. It's going to have 2 floors inside instead of just
So
one.
it's going to turn it.
There will be additional renovations to the existing gym. We're going to replace the floor, and we're going to replace some of the screens that separates the 2 courts on the existing gym. There's some other upgrades be made to the existing gym as well.
Have y'all looked at the details, Travis? Have you had an opportunity to look at the details?
Yeah, we went over them quite a few times. We've met 3 or 4 times on it and just trying to get the sketch right.
So this is the 1.8 is a cost estimate
Yes, sir.
for the whole job.
Yes,
Is
sir.
there any way we can phase this in?
I guess if you phase it in, you can probably do the 2 floors inside first before you do the outside floor. Would that be correct?
Yes, sir.
If we could work to phase it in to make that facility more feasible to you on the inside.
Well, it's not about making it more feasible to me. It's
Yeah,
about
it's gonna
making it
give
more
you 2
feasible to the
floors.
people of the parish to have a top-notch facility. We have good baseball fields, good soccer fields.
Yeah,
So why can't the kids that want to play basketball and or
Basketball,
volleyball have
understand.
a nice facility as well?
I don't have nothing against basketball. So in other words, it would improve the interior, give you more basketball courts inside, right?
And volleyball, of course, yes, it would.
And volleyball courts.
Is there an opportunity for this to be a revenue source, this addition?
Well, they do rent the gym out for practices now. When people practice, they charge a fee. When tournaments are there, there's a fee. Anytime that gym is being used, there's a fee. Mr. Goldtree should be able to speak to that as well as the fees that are charged at that gym.
All I'm asking is for some consideration to phase it in. You basically got 2 things. You got all the interior improvements to give you more room on the inside. Then you got the addition on the St. Landry side of the building. You know, and I don't even know if you know right offhand if you ran the numbers. Do you know the split on that? Where that's at?
I did run the numbers. I don't have them with me, though.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Got a comment by Councilman Joseph.
Yeah, I recall being here for the meeting the last time, and they had more improvement on the gym, and you have reduced some of that, so the cost has been reduced a little bit too.
Yes, sir.
In that, originally it was higher in that, and I know one time had more bleachers in it and had more bathroom and some other stuff in it. So y'all have did some modification to get the most for the money.
Yes, sir. We went through 3 iterations to get it down to this.
One question, Mr. Gordon. Is this gym used strictly for organizational sports in the parish, or is there some tournament teams using it?
We rent it for different events. You know, they have like dances there. They have the powwow, I think, comes in. We rent it for different events and all. On the gym, talking about the 2 courts and all, the last meeting, no, the meeting before last, the first meeting that we had with Travis and President Martinez, we looked at all of this stuff here, and we even talked about Travis and President Martinez about doing just 2 gyms and taking them and turning them around, you know, and not do the addition first. I mean, to me that would be something to look at, you know what I mean? But like I say, that's y'all decision. Whatever y'all say, you know, we're gonna do it. But we did have a meeting, and we looked at doing just the gym and turning them around and making 2. You know, because the floor that's in there now, it is starting to make little bubbles in it, and most probably for long we'll have to take and put another floor in it. You know,
I'd like to see the cost of doing that, upgrading what we have there now, making the 2.
Yeah, rather than kill the project, I'm just offering up that if we can take a look at the phase 1, phase 2, or at least get the split on that, and basically see if you have a more favorable to going ahead with it. I don't disagree with the improvements, to be honest with you, or the need. Okay. But I will say this, that the public schools that we use, the gyms, that's public money also. So we don't have a problem with that so far with them using them. Thank you, sir.
Any other comments, questions? We had a motion on the floor by Councilman Joseph. All right. Without a second, the motion fails. Move to agenda item number 5.
in September, they brought up about looking at flag football. I don't forgot which one it asked for it. We've already done it. We've got 7 teams that's playing at the Sanamo Park, and we charge them $300, and we're going to take $100 of it, pay for the referees, and it's strictly a pilot program to see how it works out this year, and we'll come back to y'all this season and report to y'all on it.
Good.
Any questions?
How do we advertise it?
Huh?
How do we advertise it out for the team to sign up?
The guys that done it, they handle all of that,
Okay.
you know. They don't have,
I wanna put the-
and
put
they're
a
gonna
team
end up
together.
making an association out of it with, more part electing officers and everything. It was just, this was just a kind of put together from September to now. And, they started playing in December 6th, and they're gonna play till February the
I think it's a
6th.
great idea.
Councilman Joseph.
Yeah, Connie, the insurance on this, who, do they have insurance with this?
I can check and see, I'm sure they do. Almost all of them do, you know. We handle it for the kids and everything.
I know for the kids, but when I don't, when you say 15 to 18-year-old,
I can check on
I
that.
just need to know what type of liability we would have
Yeah.
with those.
I'll tell you, I'll get with O'Neill and we'll get back with you Monday on it. I have a couple other things y'all got any other questions about it?
And the other question was, I'm like Brian, how this was advertised, but it's a pilot program, but it wouldn't. This is my first time seeing it, and I know we would like to have a flag football team on the other side of the river to
Sure.
at least have opportunity.
Yeah, well, we'd like to combine them all. Maybe they could all play so they get about 10 or 12 teams.
Yeah, well, the season already started, but those are two concerns I have.
Yeah,
And
okay.
this is it's adult, right?
Sorry?
Not 15, it's adult.
Adults.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's just on the 15 to 18-year-old field. It's not 15 to 18-year-olds.
So.
It's adults that are playing.
Something else, the wood shavings have been delivered to us. It was during all that rain, and we had to unload them at Lamar Dixon, but DPW is going to deliver it for us for the end of the week and the first of next week for the parks. So that would be taken care
I
of.
appreciate that. I've been waiting for
I
them for the
know.
last 6
Well, they
months,
come,
you know.
yeah. But they're sitting at Lamar Dixon right now.
Yeah, I'll probably get them next year sometime.
And we had the ribbon cutting for the Downsonville Spray Park this last week also.
Yeah.
Anything else?
With agenda item number 6,
Motion adjourned, Mr. Chairman.
motion adjourned by Councilman Lambert. Meeting adjourned.